But then again, I should do that. Pure brutality in all its forms in everyday reality. Some devote themselves to their jobs, their families, or even their studies. But for many of them, the answer lies at the bottom of a glass. That's a mouthful. So we just call it Valhalla. A small oasis in the middle of a concrete desert. Fathomless spirits for tired souls. It's here where the story unfolds. Welcome to my stream. Do you read me loud and clear? One moment. Yeah, that's better. Okay. Yeah, that's better. Okay. That being said, I mean, I do love the. I did hear a bit of the BGMs earlier. Nice and varied. Anyway, the reason why I'm playing Valhalla is because I was reading Bakemonogatari by Nishio Ishin. Yes. And I was reminded of Valhalla by the Baruhara combi. Yeah. But, well, I know nothing about bartending, honestly. So this will be an experience. Also, I don't actually drink much. I have tried drinking several kinds of beer, but really beer ain't for me. But obviously, beer isn't the only kind of alcoholic drink there is, after all. Let's see. The one I've tried is, let's see, Irish cream. Yeah, I've tried that with coffee, which is called what's it called? Irish coffee. Yeah, it's basically mixing it with coffee, but yeah, it tastes great. It's Irish cream gives the coffee a, how you say, a smoky finish to it. Like, not quite minty, but fresh. Almost as fresh. With the smooth taste of coffee rolling across your tongue. Yeah. In fact, I do really want to try different kinds of drink mixes and whatnot, but I have no idea. And like I said, I have not the single slightest clue about bartending at all. So let's see how it goes with this game. I mean, let's carry on, shall we? Oh, and regarding the voices, well, I'm not all that confident in voice acting and whatnot. I can try. I can most definitely try. Anyway, Valhalla. So I'll assume Jill is the main character and the one I'll be mainly voicing, and thus I wonder if I should just use my natural voice. I'll try. A girlier voice, I suppose, yeah. But that being said, what do I do about the others? I'll probably just try and wing it. Probably. Honestly, I don't know much variation. I don't know if I have much variation in, the voices I can make. But I can try. I can most definitely try. Good evening. Good evening. Well, at least one of my employees showed up. What about Gil? He mumbled something about holes and pests and asked for a couple of days off. Business as usual, then. Not quite. How so? I mean us, not Gil. Business will be a tad different through the weekend. You got booked. That's new. Who made the booking? The Safer Toy Company. They make toys for dogs. It's their anniversary or something like that. We usually don't reserve the bar. Why do it this time? The clients are adorable. Excuse me? We'll see. Anything special I should know? They'll give you a ticket to trade in for any drink they want. Just do your usual thing. Fair enough. I'll be in my office. Call me if you need me. Sure. Well then. Now then. We get to choose what ambience the place has, huh? Considering it's a dog toy company, let's see what cheery music we can get, yeah? Something to befit dogs. Not quite. Mysterious. Every day is night. Let's see. Not quite. Who was I? Let's see. No. Not quite. Melancholic, but not cheery. Uemoto? Not quite. This one's the title sounds cheery. Oh, definitely. Again, melancholic. On the off chance someone's dog died. Sorry. Not quite. No. Let's see. No. Mysterious. Sly. No, not quite sly. More covert. No. Let's listen to this one. Come on. Slow. Not quite toy. Quite a dog toy company kind of thing. What about this one? This one? Okay, for the second half, let's go from the back. A bit too actiony. I suppose I'll listen to the rest of the songs later. I guess this list will do. Oh, guess not. Not quite cheery. Honestly, this is my kind of jam. But that's not quite the theme I'm going for. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, come on. Skyline. Building tension. Don't really want to build tension in the bar. That kind of company, though. Oh, maybe not. Smoother. But not quite the mood I'm going for. Maybe not. Let's see. Suppose it will do for a kind of resting tempo. Okay. Nice. Upbeat, cheery. Yeah. Not quite. Okay. Let's go. Planting strings and change lives. Lord Pumplerum. Huh. Excuse me. I'll have a grizzly temple. Hello? A dog. A talking dog. Are you with the Safer Toy Company? Yeah? Did I arrive too early? No. The clothes are adorable. The Grizzly Temple, right? Coming right up. Welcome back, Joe. Use the navigation bar to start browsing. Hmm. Ah. What do you mean navigation bar? Grizzly Temple. I have no idea what that is. Let's give it a shot. Shot of Flannerguide, Edelhide. Okay, keep going. I have no idea what I'm doing. What I just pressed? Oh, that's a neat. That's kind of cute. What did I just press? Cut cow emoji. Okay, calm down. No. Ah, there we go. Three Edelhide, 3 bronze extract, 3 powdered delta, and 1 camotrain, all blended. And when do I stop? There you go, sir. Thanks. This is gonna be a long weekend, isn't it? Ariel Wienerton. Hey, is the Bronson extract here produced using organic roots? I don't know that information. You know I can talk to about that? Here? Right now? No. But you should have that information on hand. Every BTC certified bar is no different from a fast food chain. You get the same supplies as everyone else. Ask BTC officials if you want to know. But you should. But we don't. But saying that we should do over is not going to change reality. Give me something with lots of Bronson extract. Okay. Let's see here. Something with lots of Bronson extract. A fedora with perfume and a plum. What? A hat with perfume and... Okay. No. Quite. Shall we just wing it? Let's. Don't blame me. For this rancid flavor. No? Come on. No? Not quite. Let's see. If only I could try them myself, I'd love to know. So it's not a sweet kind of thing. Ah, there we go. So it's a bitter kind of flavor. Oh. Okay. 5, it's about right. It's supposed to mean a punch made of innards. The name actually describes what you feel. Bitter, manly, strong. No? I assume aging is like allowing it to sit, right? Okay, so there is a difference between shaking it heavily as opposed to lightly. Here. What the hell is this? Your order. This is what Bronson extract tastes like? Sorta, yeah. Well, that noise, it's not worth the effort. It's not. Excuse me? God, you person. Oh, unless the person is the designated driver for you. What I mean is, why are there so many dogs? Why dogs? Why? Well, the Corgis created a safer toy company, and they've been doing a great job. So, a company run exclusively by dogs? Really? And a good one at that. Their only problem is that they have a not so discreet preference for hiring Corgis exclusively. Why? Something about being more comfortable around their own kind. Are you with them? I do prefer Corgis, but... No, I mean, are you working with them? Yeah, I'm here because the law requires at least one humanoid on the payroll. Does the law really cover such scenarios? Why take a job like this? Because it means I'm surrounded by Corgis all day long. What a future. It's a company run by Corgis. Well, they know what they like. It's dog toys after all. Designated driver side. It's the closest thing to heaven. Although, to be fair, I'm not much of a drinker anyway. You see, well, to each their own. Are you gonna drink anything? Do you have anything non-alcoholic? Let's see what I can fetch you. Did you intend to make a fun? Pun. I said pun, not fun. Oh god. Pun. Mind. You get it? Fetch. Oh, hush. Non-alcoholic. Let's see. How do I tell what's non-alcoholic? Okay, so we can assume Chromatrine and Adelhyde are alcoholic. One of them is. Harmatrine is at least super sweet, I assume. Not quite. Let's see. Growing soft. Sweet, light, and fruity. Sour, spicy, probably. It's not quite non-alcoholic, but let's go with it. It has water in the title. Oops. Okay. And stop. Yeah. Thanks. You sure this is an alcoholic? Pretty sure. Okay. question I need to know, is it really going to be only corgis today? Is that all I'm going to do all night? Serve the same kind of dog over and over? The vast majority of them are Pembroke Welsh corgis. There are a couple of Cardigan Welsh corgis, but the relationship between the two breeds is a tad difficult, so the Cardigans weren't invited. So yeah, I guess you'll be serving the same kind of dog all night. No, I mean, isn't there some other human I might talk to today? There's a woman on staff, but she couldn't come today. Oh boy. Is that a problem somehow? It's not really a problem. We've survived worse than this. Like that time when an AA meeting came here asking for non-alcoholic stuff only. Just thinking about the fact that I'm serving drinks to dogs. That at some point, all the choices in my life that at some point all the choices in my life led to me serving drinks to a group of talking dogs. It's one of those moments that makes you want to stop and rethink where your life is going. Do you perhaps not like this job? I do. I love every second of this job. But dogs. It's like a fashion designer suddenly realizing he's been designing edible underwear. I still don't see what your problem is with the dogs. But I'm not going to force the subject. Well, I'm going to try and entertain myself a bit. Staff for playing pool is underneath the table. There are also darts in the box next to the jukebox. Great, thanks for the info. Call if you need another drink. Sure. I'm feeling happy, so I'll get everyone around. Actually, it's a free bar. I won't let you spoil my mood. I want a fringe weaver. Coming right up. Let's see. One of this and some of this. Whoa, that's a sweet one. Right, this is the one I was looking at earlier. It's like drinking ethylic alcohol with a spoonful of sugar. Sounds fantastic. Let's see. I could have just done this. Let's go from the start. Sour classy vintage. Sobering. Say the name of this drink 3 times in front of the mirror, and you look like a fool. Grizzly Weaver, was it? Fringe Weaver, right. There we go. Just aged and mixed. Click, 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 cling, cling. Oh, oops. Oops. Up. Oh, oops. Oops. One more go. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Serve. Here you go. Still an awesome day. What is that name? Yo, what's an alpha male gotta do to get some service? Let me serve you. Beer! And quickly! Coming right up. This dog wants a beer. Let's see what we can get him. Yeah, this sounds about right. One of these is not to leave your face red like the actual planet. Okay, let's see. Powder Delta. Flanner Guide? Still can't, not quite sure about that. Bronze and Extract and 2 Chemistry. That's a lot. All blended. Okay, that's it. I assume blended is when it's absolutely shaken like a mad dog over here. We good? And here we go. Here you go. This is not what I asked for! Hey boss, what was the opposite of deja vu again? Jamais vu. Yeah, that. Are you having a premonition? Something like that. That dog felt uncannily familiar. Are you bored? Not really. I was playing the dogs a bit ago. I thought about playing pool, but all the other clients are challenged. Sorry if this sounds rude, but why was the dart box so dusty? You're the first person in a year or so I've been here that has actually played with darts. I think you and your boss forgot they existed. Oops. Well, I know that I know that exists now. By the way, how are the dogs as clients? You've had worse. Have you had someone come in and gnaw chairs to pieces? Yes. She was testing out her new mechanical teeth. She got banned entering any BTC bar after that. With anecdotes like those, you'd think serving dogs would feel totally normal. You'd be wrong, because even then we were talking about humans. I mean, don't get me wrong. I've served a dog too in my time, but they usually come with someone. They never talk. I think about it, are these drinks bad for dogs? Now you worry about that? But no, they aren't. Even cappuccino monkeys are at risk if they drink those chemicals. Anyway, you want anything to drink? Surprise me. Keep it non-alcoholic. Sure. Let's see. I'd love to know what these are. Edelhide sounds like an alcohol blender guide as well, but it's with an I. Bronze and extract. Sounds like beer, honestly. Powdered Delta. Harmony. Let's see. Something with powdered Delta. Chemistry. Who was that? Let's try this. Oops, that's a bit too much. All blended. Let's go. Here you go. Thank you. This might sound weird to ask, but they talk through their collars, right? That's right. How do they work? It's not too hard, really. They're just translators. They read the dog's brains and turn their thoughts into words. You keep in mind what today's dog breeds have more cognitive capacity than their ancestors. If you put the translators on dogs from a decade ago, they wouldn't work like they do now. Yeah, I read something about that once. Another question. Why do they wear small tuxedos? It's good for PR. Don't say. Oh, you'll be a bit before we go for today. Any other questions? Yes. Why do these dogs want to get drunk? They see humans do it. They think it might be fun. Just like teens, then. Now, if you'll excuse me. Another weird name! Who names these dogs? What can I serve you? Moon! Excuse me? Moon! A moon blast. Moon! A big moon blast. Moon. Alright then. Okay. Moon blast coming right up. Can I give it twice the amount in there? Let's see. Yes, I can. Hold up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I hope it doesn't die from it. On the rocks. Blended. Wow, it worked! It worked! Here you go! I mean, here. Moon! Is that a good moon or a bad moon? Hey, Rose Sky, fix on your dice play. Kerber Spike? Sure. I was a kid too. I didn't understand him! Alright. Let's see. Powder Delta. So that's this one. The Flanner Guide. And some. Did they say anything? Oh, let's do it anyways. Blended. Come now. Shake, shake it, shake it, shake it. Hey! Hey, sir! Okay. Alright, I'm wondering before we wrap things up. What do you want? Did you give me anything? Of course. Anything he said. Let's see, what was it? Four of each ingredient. Rocks and mixed. And mixed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Here you are. Thanks. So, what exactly do you do? Sorry, it's rude to ask. I guess I'm what people call an office boy. My duties usually involve looking for things, answering a few calls, that sort of stuff. This being a dog-run company, there are a lot more responsibilities, like getting stuff off shelves and opening windows. least they pay well. Let's see. And how did you end up in that position? Where did you get that offer? My neighbor is the owner of one of the dogs. He told me they needed thumbs. Figures. They are celebrating the company's anniversary, right? Yeah, 5 years ago. 3 corgis became dissatisfied with all the existing dog toys. So they founded this company. They got the money from their owners, if I remember correctly. Dang, these owners. I mean, wouldn't that make them the owners, like the founders instead of the dogs? Well, if the money was officially credited to the dogs somehow. The future is wild. I can see that happening. Somehow. See, I'm not alone on that. The SDC is the second biggest dog company in the world. Dog toy company in the world. Wow, that's actually amazing. Fun fact, they started as safer toy development. Not that unfortunate. Hello? Hello? The bar's favorite sweetheart has arrived. Why are you quiet? I'm waiting for the audience's cheers to stop. This isn't a sitcom. Ah, honey, how innocent. Excuse me, you are? I'm the lovely Dorothy Hayes at yours. Wait, you're Lilith. Not at your service then. You're to other clients. He's a kind of regular here. Kind of? I've been coming here religiously for the past 3 months now. 3 months? I came here to see your charming face, and you say I'm just kind of a regular? For shame, honey. For shame. Sorry, guess. Nothing free drink won't solve. Won't do. Playing hard to get. Even if I wanted to give you a drink, you're booked for the whole weekend. Don't you think you should at least put a sign out front or something? Hey, I only found myself just a few minutes ago. You can have one of my tickets if you're okay with it. I see. No problem. Oh, you're so sweet. If you're at least 40% organic, I would give you a discount. Discount? You don't need to know. So, who booked you? This guy? Safer Toy Company. What do they do? They create dog toys. Oh, lovely. It's also run by dogs. Oh, don't joke like that. You think I'm kidding about something like that? You mean that if I turn around, I'd see dogs? Yeah. Did you see them when you came in? I just enjoyed looking anywhere else but the bar. You look troubled. I'm not too much of a dog person. I even charge extra if my clients wanted doggy style. Doggy? You don't need to know. I'm gonna take this ticket and trade it on Monday. I'm leaving right now. Ticket would expire by then, though. She looks like the kind of girl that will hold you to your promise regardless. Is it that obvious? Well, I have to get the cabs outside. Keep it up, bartender. Good night. Yeah, you too. Good night. Come again. Alright, sirs. Night's over. You have kennels you need to turn to. Tongue, please keep up. You have kennels you need to return to. All done? Yeah. Boss, how do you end up being booked by dogs? I know some dogs myself. Huh. You told me you booked the whole weekend, right? That's right. Please bear with it. We're all doing our part after all. Yeah. Well, I gotta go for today. Bye. Take care. Good evening. Day 2 of serving dogs. You ready? No. Cheer up. No. That attitude won't make things easy for yourself. Serving dogs won't ease things either. Have you heard anything from Gil? Nope. But he should have fun wherever he is. Also, did you know we had darts? Yeah, I did. Why didn't you tell me? Because that's the kind of stuff you should just assume? Target board usually comes with a set of darts. Do you like darts, boss? Not particularly. But now I owe an apology to someone. Anyway, call me if you need anything. Sure. Well then. Well, considering it's the same company, I don't mind not changing music. Time to mix drinks and change lives. Oh hey, can I have a big beer, please? Thank God, a human. Sure, coming right up. Define big. Double! One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. Here. Thank you. What do you do for these dogs, Miss, Beatrice? Everyone calls me Betty. And why do you need to know that? If you've been stuck with dogs all day, you'd also be curious when a human walks in. Fair enough. I'm the veterinarian. They're all employees? Yeah. Company issued vet. I mean, I have my own office, but it's in their building. So you're Betty the... Oh, cram it. Sorry, not in the mood for puns right now. I'll keep it in mind. Anything else I need to avoid bringing up around you besides puns? Enhancements. That's hard to shove into conversations in the first place. Noted. What do you have against enhancements anyways? They're unnatural. They go against the very idea of human evolution. But there's a certain wall that humans can't cross without enhancements. It's not like having something replaced will automatically make you an expert in things. If anything, getting enhancements sets you back until you get used to it. Yeah, but it just makes things too easy on paper. Anyone with money can replace their body parts and call it a day. But you have a point. Skill doesn't ship with enhancements. At least not yet. Sorry for the outburst. I have my story with enhancements. Oh, I don't mind. It's way more entertaining than serving drinks to talking dogs. Sorry. Speaking of which, that's my job right now. Do you want another drink? I'm fine for now. Call me if you need anything. Sure. Another fanciful name. Hey, have you seen a red dot? I've seen many things in my life, but a red dot? Not today, no. Do you have any red drinks? Red drinks? Yeah, drink might know something. Not quite. Brown. Let's see. Let's look for something with lots of edelhide. Sparkling. A red drink. Let's see. A Moonblast sounds about right. Powder Delta, Planet Gray, Chemistry. On the rocks and blended. Here. Thanks. Okay, Punk, hear me out. You're gonna tell me where that red dot went, or I'll drink you. I'm not bluffing, I'll drink you all right up. Another weird name, God. Those damn Pomeranians. They think they can come and take our jobs. Excuse me? We've been getting some serious media attention because these company only hires corgis. That's been slow news, Dave. But you know what I say? It's good that we don't hire anyone else. We don't need more races ruining our workplace. Next thing you know, they'll be asking us to hire cats. Wouldn't other races bring new skills to the company? Shut up! What do you know? Now give me a bad touch. No, I don't want to give... No bad touch! Alright. 2 Bronson extract, 2 powder delta, 2 flanagrite, and 4 chemistry. On the logs. Mixed. 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, here we go. Here. Racist dogs. What are the odds? Truly, what are the odds? Wait, I can't tell the difference between them dogs. That make me racist too. That's something to think about. Would it matter if you're racist against racists? Bartenders, please stop dozing off. I need booze. Sorry, what can I get you? I'll have a Zen Star. Sure. I remember that one. Oops. Right, it was 4 of everything. Was it blended? On the rocks and mixed. My bad. Here. Thank you. Something on your mind. Link to Landelier. Some job description. Kind of. Alright then. So you mentioned the thing about talking dogs. I thought people throughout the ages have always dreamt about talking to animals. Never mind the fact we could always understand their body language. Now that we understand them, what do we find out? They're just furry, adorable little office workers. Actually, scratch that. I've yet to meet a furry office worker with half the charisma of these little guys. You've met furry office workers. You've seen my share of the world, bartender. Sounds like you're tired. It's fleas and ticks season. I am tired. So you're... Don't you dare. Oh, this whole free bar thing is nice though, I guess. It would be nice if we actually had time to get really properly ready. What do you mean? I found out about them yesterday as I was getting ready. The client asked for something special. Is there something I needed to know about them? The boss didn't specify a thing. All she said to me was, pretend it's like any other day. That was a screw up on our end, sorry. They were desperately looking for a place to celebrate. I was surprised to find out they got a place. Why all the sudden plans? Did they forget their anniversary or something? We found a place, but the Cardigans were the ones that hired it. That stupid argument arose and the Cardigans decided they didn't want to have any Pembrokes at their party. Huh. I swear to God, these dogs are like annoying little suburban kids. What are these Cardigans I keep hearing about? Just another kind of corgi, except with different fur colors and slightly different attitude. All of this is so silly. I've seen dogs play with cats, dogs play with other dogs. And dogs mating with dogs twice their size. I have a story regarding this. Let's see. I woke up in the middle of the night, went to the bathroom, to find my cats in the middle of it. Now the thing is, I have one male and one female cat, and he is twice her size. So the fat bastard tag and lolly tag were exactly the perfect tags for it. I honestly can't wipe it from my memory. But honestly, I do like bringing this up. Because it always makes me laugh. Imagine a big fat cat on top of a small one. It's just so... Is it obscene? Really? Is it? Back to the story. Well, that's what happens when you have dogs mimicking their owners. Oh God, Jill, please. I mean, that's the reason they are in the bar in the first place. But I guess the media focus on the Pembrokes probably didn't help. Well, if you'll excuse me, I have dogs too. Yeah. Oh, yeah, do your job, don't mind me. Tortilla Pope. Hey, buddy. Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? You? I am? Whoa! Thanks, buddy! What can I serve you? Well, a big sunshine cloud would be nice. right up. Let's see. 4 Adelheid, 4 Bronson extracts, and some chemistry. On the rocks. Blended. Tastes like old chocolate milk, but it's good smell intact. Some say it tastes like caramel too. One big sunshine cloud. Cute. Aw, ain't you a cutie, Loopy Doopy Poo? Woof. Woof. You know what I hate, man? Hey, Courage! I love that show. You know what I hate, man? What do you hate, dog? Cabbages, man! They're like lettuces that decided to go to the gym. They think they're all big deal because their leaves are harder. Guess what? I don't like them. Calm down, dog. Do you want anything? For cabbages to not exist. I meant to drink. Oh. I have a big grizzly temple then. I can do that. Dogs! And chemistry. All blended. Unbearable, this one. Oh, that's funny. I see. Grizzly Temple. Unbearable. Here you go. Chill out for a bit, dog. Thanks, man! Chill out for a bit, dog. Bartender! Yeah? Do you have anything sweet? You're talking about drinks, right? Are you hitting on me? That's how you want to see it. Let's see what I can do. And make it big. Do you like them big? God damn it, Jill! It's not the size, but how you sell it. Gourmet food exists for that sole reason. Buy some roots. Let's see. How about this? 8 out of 10 smug holes would recommend it, but they're too busy being... not quite. Yeah, let's go with this. And powder delta with... Chemitrine. Let's see. Should we add it in? Oh well. Sweet, light, and fruity. Right up. Here. Thanks. You know, I'm curious. What's the weirdest client you've ever gotten? I wouldn't be able to tell you. There are many kinds of weird. Pick the first one that comes to mind. There's this one guy that spent 30 minutes arguing with himself before moving. That's not weird. Came in wearing a Velociraptor mask and wouldn't stop screaming. He left, humming Moonlight Sonata afterwards. Sounds like a swell guy. Oh, yeah, that's weird. At least he left a nice tip. Speaking of anecdotes, can I ask what's your story with the enhancements? Why the interest? Because it seems like a personal thing. Doesn't sound like it's a question of ethics. And honestly, I'm really bored. Sure, I can entertain you a bit. Back when I was a college freshman, some friends of mine decided to get their hands enhanced. It was around the time we all started practicing surgery. They just wanted to pass all the practice needed. And so they hired this shady character who was supposedly hooked them up. I only talked one of them out of it. The others went off with the guy and got their hands chopped off. This is one of those stories that ends badly, I'm guessing. Yeah, 4 girls underwent their shady surgical procedure. 2 lost their hands, 1 was left with an arthritic mess, and the last died on the operation table. So yeah, I'm not too fond of enhancements. Especially if they're taken in an effort to avoid effort. This culture of become better automatically with enhancements really gets on my nerves. That story sounds so familiar. Did that shady guy have a bleached mustache and tattooed black eyebrows? He also talked using electrolarynx. You've seen him. No, but I remember a news about the police catching someone who was performing illegal surgeries. I never thought I'd meet someone affected by him. It's a small world, isn't it? I guess I gotta check on the dogs to see if they're fine. Sure, I'll keep serving them booze. Thanks for sharing. Yeah. Accident. I see. Okay. Hey man, have you ever felt like time is moving too fast? Tonight I feel it's not moving fast enough. Look, you. I always say that if time feels like it's going by too fast, you're having a good time. What can I serve you? I want a bad touch. Another bad touch. I'm not the only one with a sense of humor. Coming right up. Bad. Oh, wrong one. Bad touch. Bad touch. More bad touch. Really bad touch. On the rocks. Next. Really now. We're nothing but mammals after all. Here you go. Have a good time out there. You'll be right. Thanks. Alright. Dog number 5. Bartender. 1 brandtini, please. Sure. Let's see. 6 aldehyde, about a delta, and chemistry. Aged and mixed. Cute. Excuse me, the beer mat's dirty. Sorry, we'll change it. Nah, leave it like that. Already ruined the Valentini anyway. Yeah. Taking a breather? Yeah, not looking that busy though. Dogs. Anyways, you want another drink? No, some dogs gave me drinks already. I'm fine. Oh, alright. Say, bartender, do you like your job? Hmm? I mean, you're not like the usual crop of bartenders. The kind who are always making a big show at a disco or rave party. Where's everyone keep saying that? Hey, why are you working as veterinarian? If you don't change the subject, you can just say so. It's just it. Fine. I'm a veterinarian, because if I don't do it, who will? I don't trust other pets. I don't feel they are actually cut for the job. So I took it upon myself to do it. That's quite the ambition. information. Did you start working here because this is what you want since high school or something? That's a whole can of worms I don't want to open. But no. Wolf took me here. No question. I thought we were exchanging life stories with each other. I was also thinking about the whole risk versus reward thing. These dogs made me an offer just as I graduated. Sometimes I wonder if I'd be better off taking bigger risks. You know, the whole safe position versus big bet kind of thing. Kind of deal. If you're comfortable with the opportunity you've been given, take it. It's something that's been bothering me, but I'll discuss that each. Oh, you should be a counselor. This is cheap advice. Yeah, do what you want to do, basically. When you want to. Well, I have to take care of the dogs. Excuse me for a bit. Actually, we're about to leave already. Oh. Yeah. Thank you for it. Thank dog. I mean God! God! God damn it! Done for the day, I'm guessing? Yeah. You might want to get some insecticide or something to make sure you're not full of fleas. What does the health inspector think of this stunt? The health inspector is too afraid to come to this part of the city, so I'll assume he's fine with it. Right. Say, boss, you look tense. Really? Weird. So one day here. Thank you for your hard work. And the last day of Dog Day. Evening. You look bummed, boss. Starting tomorrow, there'll be no clothes in our bar. Why wouldn't I be sad? Starting tomorrow, there'll be no clothes at the bar. I wonder if the Shiba Appreciation Society would be interested in booking us. You know, I can just imagine her with dog ears. Nick collar. Yeah, let's not go there. One problem at a time, boss. Wait, I know someone from the Prominent Development Institute. One problem at a time! Still, we've been tense ever since Friday. Are you worried about Gil or something? Trust me, of all my worries, Gil is the least of them. Put on some music and enjoy the day, won't you? Wait. Time to mix drinks and change lives. Bartender, we meet again. Oh, Miss Betty. Hello. Mr. Corgi Lover. Call me Deal. Call me Deal. Deal. Deal? Deal. Wipe the satisfied look off your faces, you two. What can I serve you today? I'll have a beer. Regular mouth, please cooperate. I'm not the designated driver today, so a fringe weaver. Alright, coming right up. Let's see, Eagle High, 2 Bronson extracts, powdered Delta, drive, and chemistry. Wait, did I mix something up? Ah, I see. Oops. There we go. And the fringe weave. Oops. Oops. Alright, sure, I'll do it the other way. Aged and mixed. It's like drinking ethyl alcohol with a spoonful of sugar. Oops! Oops. I was distracted. My bad. Here. Thanks. Thank you. You seem distracted. Serving so many dogs finally gotten to you. Well, yeah, but it's not fun. This has been weird since Friday. Weird how? Romantically? Drug addict? Let's hope nobody finds the body in the fridge weird? For starters, there's the fact she only told me we were being put moments before we opened. Plus, she seems completely distracted and lost in her thoughts. Like you. Of course. She's not being herself. That makes me wonder if something's going on. Like what? You run a human trafficking ring in the basement? License for that. Not too much snot part of my job. Let me ask you something about your job. Sure. I've always been curious. What does the BTC need in their bartenders? What do you need to study? You train from scratch, so you don't have to study anything beforehand. What does the training involve? It's a lot of regulation work most of the time, but there's adjustment simulations. Simulations? Different scenarios involving different chemical hazards. Chemical hazards. That sort of thing. I don't think you'd be able to respond to every possible situation that might come up involving other ingredients. Okay. I mean, the chance of failure are slim. But it's better to not take those chances. I see. Back with you guys in a bit and tend to the other clients. Dogs. Oh, sure. They're chasing me, man! Oh. The cabbages, man! The goddamn cabbages! They're everywhere! They're out from my romp! Never mind. Can I get you anything to calm down? A big blue fairy would be nice! Okay then. Big blue fairy it is. Not crying. And some chemistry. Finished and next. Okay. Thanks, very nice of you. Third bark day. You know, I can't imagine a dog sighing. What does a dog sigh like? Whatever. Something the matter. Nothing the drink can't solve. Not sure about that. It's hardly my job to preach sobriety. Go on. Give me a gut punch. Okay. Wow, rude much? Aged and mixed. Here you are. Thanks. Hey, you ever felt guilty for being born the wrong race? What? I've just been hearing so much about how they're racist. I'm wondering, are they racist? Not really. You feel like all the communities would be? Definitely. Wait. Wait. It's not like are you racist? You shouldn't take generalizations personally. Man, you should have seen the cutie I saw yesterday on the way home. You look like a cat boomer. She was one of the mutants and had this prosthetic eye. It's not like against people using prosthetics. I'm not against cute though. Besides, I'm not against prosthetics, I'm against enhancements. Alright, let me put it this way. If you lost an arm and placed it with a mechanical arm that does exactly what the older one did, I'm okay with it. But if you lost your arm and replaced it with a gun-loaded super arm from hell, that's something I'm not okay with. Even worse is if you decide to replace your arm because of fashion or a whim or get better at some sport. That's completely not cool. That's the difference between the prosthetic arm and enhancement. Placement versus the enhancement. I have a similar opinion about Lilim replacing their factory parts for kicks. If you think that's going to be an easy way of getting better at something, you're in for a bad surprise. Well, I can see why you think that, but what suggested to you that what she had wasn't an enhancement? She had bad eyesight. Wouldn't that count as enhancement? Even if it fixes it. How does reparative work factor into your ideologies? They might be enhancements. They also replace something faulty. Well, if it's not making sense, you piece of scrap. Speaking of myself, having fun. Oh, bartender, that was fast. There seem to be less dogs out today. At least, dogs that want to drink. Yeah, some of them ate their tickets. Lovely. I'll be the one with dealing with that later. Later. Well, mouth, please cooperate. See, what's your take on the whole enhancement discussion, bartender? No voice, but whatever. My mom had a saying, anyone can make a chandelier out of it. Excuse me? Nice mom. Which somehow means your body, your choices. Excuse me? I see. If they're not hurting anyone, I don't see anything to do anything. See, buddy? Hey, I didn't say I automatically hate anyone as an enhancement. Me being against something isn't the same as me being against someone. I'm not some 12-year-old blindingly hating someone because of something like that. Maybe you should practice what you preach. What does that mean? I fear retaliation, so I'm not saying another word. I'm taking over anything. I'm fine right now. She's drinking mine, actually. Alright. Call if you need anything. Sure. Let's see. Ow! So much for avoiding. Yeah. Blah, mouth, please keep up. So much for avoiding retaliation. Bruh! Who's your owner? I don't want to believe him! I was in the bathroom, and this other dog was looking at me from the top of the sink. You mean her? No! Another dog! I see. What can I serve you? You're not gonna do anything about the other dog on the top of the sink? I'm sure he doesn't hurt anybody. I hope you're alright. Well, I want something really sweet. Coming right up. Let's see. How about a sugar rush? Oops, come on. Here we go. One sugar rush. Here you go. Thanks. Please think about the thing with the other dog on top of the sink. Don't worry. That was quick. Said around 2 dogs today. experiencing difficulty with those with more than attendance. While you were gone, this fellow here. While you were gone, this fellow here said that bleeding Jane is better than pile driver. Please prove him wrong. All I'm saying is that I don't see the point in drinks that feel more like a kick in the mouth than a beverage. What do you think, bartender? Do you think there's any point discussing non-alcoholic drinks in bar? Let me think. If it's served there, it's fine, isn't it? Well, even if it isn't, it's just a topic. There's nothing wrong with discussion. In my opinion, people that order a bad touch always make people like an idiot, though. It's not an opinion, that's a statement. Well, please serve us either pile drivers or bleeding Janes. I'll let you decide which one's better. Two of any of those, huh? Let's see. It doesn't burn as hard on the tongue, but you better not have a sore throat when drinking it. Burning, huh? Spicy. Spicy versus burning. The burning Jane. The burning Jane. The bleeding Jane sounds classier, honestly. Splendid. Water Delta and vinegar. Splendid. Oh, I didn't know that. Yes! Yes! Yeah, take his side, see if I care. Why did you do an exercise in that? Well, it started when I told this guy that I wasn't as crazy about the idea of working just for corgis. Why don't you like corgis? They're cute and fluffy, and make you and funny, and they just like make you smile. Tell me one interesting thing about them. Legends say they were created by a fairy, that their breed were specialized to fight dragons. Oh, you have to be kidding me. I'd love to hear that legend. No, actually I heard that one too. For real? Still, I can't see why you're so tired of them. I don't know, maybe because I only ever deal with them at their worst. You've only seen them at their happy state. I'm the one running samples and unclogging their if they eat their own dental food. I might be their veterinarian, but they treat me more like a mom and not in a good way. It's like being a gynecologist. After a while, you stop seeing boobs and vaginas. Instead, all you see are issues you must fix. At least they're cute issues. I don't think so. Depends. A gynecologist can't pick clients by age or preferences. Who's talking about your job? Oh yeah, that too. Still, I don't think it's so much that I'm tired of them as it is I am tired of you being obsessed with them. I'm not obsessed, I'm passionate. You sleep with a corgi plushie and have a wall dedicated to photos you've taken at the company. I'm really passionate? Too much passion can become an issue, you know. Speaking of issues, did you talk with the directors about the whole corgi cardigan conflict? I was going to do that tomorrow. They're all together. But I still don't see why I should be the one doing this. For starters, they don't take me too seriously. And why would they take the veterinarian's word for some conflicts? The office boy should do it. Understandable. I don't. I don't take you seriously either. They're still dogs. They need someone with a strong, commanding voice. Are you saying I have a naggy voice? No, not your voice. Just your entire demeanor. So I have a naggy demeanor? And you seem to want to talk about the whole race conflict. Yeah, this is hurting them more than they think. The company might actually collapse at this rate. Which is terrible because a couple of dogs' families are dependent on their paychecks. Oh my god. Imagine owing your life to dogs. Oh dog. Doesn't that count as ethical and unusual treatment of animals? It's a bit of a legal gray area. The dogs are doing it willingly after all. And even if they weren't doing it willingly, the dogs aren't actually being mistreated or exploited. In fact, the company's pretty relaxed. Oops. Speaking of relaxed, how's Jürgen doing? He's fine. Still complaining about his back, still unwilling to take his medicine. He says he's not that weak. Who's this Jürgen guy? My guardian. I passed the test years ago. It's actually commonplace, isn't it? Women being unable to leave their guardians because they feel too much like family. Now, to be fair, people get attached to many things. Some even get obsessed with inanimate objects. My grandpa loved his car more than any of his sons. The one whose will left all of his earthly possessions to his car, right? Yeah, that one. How do you become a villain's guardian? You fill a form with the artificial intelligence council. Then they do a background check. If they deem you useful, they'll give you authorization. Huh. You're given a week's notice before they give you all the data about them that will be taken care of. You'll have to watch over it until you can pass 3 different personality tests. If the little wants to stay with you after that, it's your problem. So it's like adoption. And the lottery all rolled into one. They do that to diversify the possible outcomes. Children can be of the same model, but they'll grow differently depending on their guardians. What if something happens to the guardian? A new guardian can appeal to the ground soul, stating they're more fit to the position than the original. This happens when a guardian has become unavailable in some way. Or because you can back up claims of neglect or maltreatment. You spit out all that information like it's hard-coded into you. I worked in that department for some time before coming to the SDC. So it's the reflex. Are you interested in becoming guardian partner? I'm just annoyed when it comes to AIs in general. The money they give you for it is not that great though. Let's see. Time to check on the dogs. Listen here, punk! Sorry, I didn't mean to call you punk. It's just... I was chasing my tail and I'm too hyper to control myself. Sorry. Just give me anything. Alright. Let's wake him up, shall we? Sobering drink. I remember seeing one. There we go. I mean, it Maybe he's dizzy from chasing his tail. But that being said, sobering can be refers to many different states of mind. And blended. Alpha W's. Or, you know, stuff. Yeah. Phew, that's better. Thanks, Punk. Excuse me. Let's see. I can see the value of other dog races, like Pomeranians. Those are nice. But even corgis. Well, yeah, I understand that. I mean, remember that cute girl from yesterday I mentioned earlier? Yeah. The white knight that was with her? She wasn't half bad either. I mean, it was obvious that a tapestry of muscles was hidden under her armor. Huh. I prefer more delicate looking girls, though. I appreciate how something looks. That doesn't mean it's necessarily your thing. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. It's like appreciating art. It's not quite your thing, but you can admit it's awesome. And you, bartender? Me what? Which dog race do you prefer? That's not the question I was expecting. I'm not much of a dog person, actually. I'm a cat person, obviously. Do you have any pets? Hey! A cat named For. Yeah. He's just a stray rescue. You like rescuing girls, too? I'm sure I should be making a witty retort right now, but I'm just gonna go ahead and say no. Weird? I always thought that the rescue fantasy was universal. Why call it For? For is a little I met some time ago. That. Never mind. Pretty lame name if you ask me. Really calling it ass, huh? I bet when you and For play. God damn it, I can't believe I read it out! He's so lovely, sometimes I fear foreshadows my presence entirely. You guys want to lose consciousness that much? You really need to calm down with the whole pun-hating stuff, Betty. But to move away from this whole For. God damn it! What is this rescue fantasy you mentioned before? You know, the one where wayward, dangerous souls redeem themselves through the power of love. The bad boy who turns away a life of crime. The drug addict girl who lived on the streets turned tricks until she found a good man worth changing for. The corny romance cliches 101. Well, you're the one with the shelf full of old lady romance novels. I'll trust you on this. How does he know that? Hey, Fabio the 13th is a national treasure. You don't really like guys. Why do you read all those novels? They'll let you put yourself in the place of the main character quite easily. Even if said main character is a muscular man. I see no problem. Yeah, there's honestly no problem. After all. Yeah. Like, good romance is good romance. Yes. It's like Twilight. Well, the book. Not. The book. The book. Just what is your self-image? If I can ask something else. What is it? Why do you hate puns so much? Many people cringe at puns, you know. Yeah, but you react like you have a vendetta against them. They made me feel stupid. What? When I was a kid, everyone in my house had a penchant for puns at the drop of a hat. I was the only one who couldn't get them. Years later, I finally got them, and they weren't that funny. They made me feel stupid. Oh, it was a terrible joke. It wasn't even funny in the first place. I've said this so many times, I might as well just make a recording. But you need to chill out, Betty. I am chilling out. Just because I complain about stuff doesn't mean I'm not relaxed. I'm not sure that's how it works. Trust me, when I'm tense and angry, you'll know it. I fear the thought. Anyway, I'll go check on these dogs. It's supposed to be the doctor, and they're suspiciously quiet. Hopefully they're just drunk. You careful. You want anything else? I'll have a blue light. Actually, leave that too, please. Sure. Let's see. Eagle high, spotted delta, 2 flat right, 3 counting. Aged, on the rocks, mixed. Aged, iced. Your drink, sir? Thanks. Say, you two seem to get along quite well. Well, when you're the only other sentient humanoid. When you're the only sentient humanoids in the entire company, it kinda happens. Sentient. We have a couple of test mannequins and cardboard cutouts, so... see. Seems there's more to it than just that, though. Even if you two are the of your kind, and still hate each other. Well, I guess I'm one of the few that can stand Betty. She's a really nice person, but she doesn't sugarcoat things. I can see that. You should see her treating those dogs. She becomes so patient and understanding, even if it's only for a little while. The dogs don't call her mom to mock her. Can dogs mock people? Don't know. Even if it's only for a little while. You eavesdropping. See, so you can say nice things once in a while. You say it like I'm the person here. It's nice hearing people say good things about you once in a while, you know? You should take your own advice. Maybe some other time. I'm not a hug box. Anything happened? A dog in the bathroom got angry at his friend. Amazing. Luckily, nothing bad happened. Just made the dog very confused. How the hell do they get on top of the sinks? They're surprisingly agile even with those stubby legs. Oh yeah, I ordered you this. Thanks. Highway battery. What's wrong? We broke up last month. What? Oh, things were not going so well. We got too used to one another. Everything was starting to become routine. Decided to break up before things got better. And why didn't you tell me about that before? Why? Did you want your turn at a petty movie? I don't know. I guess I just didn't want to trouble you. And after a while, it stopped feeling like it was something relevant to say. Please don't do that again. Try trusting me. Yeah, sure. Just polish the cups. No, not cups. What do you call them? The glasses. Yes, glasses. You know what bothers me? The fact that asking after someone's health always feels. The fact that asking after someone's health always feels like you're walking on a floor full of glass shards. There's always this chance that the other person is not okay, or even dead. And what started as a legitimately fun moment became your cell. Yeah, you're right. Sorry for not trusting you, you piece of scrap. Don't worry, I understand why you did it. Hey now that I didn't think about it, you sure hang out with us a lot, bartender. Oh, things can be so interesting. Besides, there haven't been as many dogs today. Is my presence unwanted? Not at all. I suppose since you're the one being bruised. You're like those cab drivers that like to chat all the way. But you smell better than most of them. Thank you. The thing is, we are unofficially associated with the local taxi driver. Interesting. They're the ones that seem drunkards to everyone's. Yeah. Yeah. I've worked on the other end. It's not pleasant. Not in the slightest. You seem to really, really like talking to your clients, like it's the best part of your job or something. Kind of is. I used to sit around in crowded places like malls and bars and think to myself, teaching everyone as a student. It's a humbling experience. Isn't that true? And I certainly wish people would see that. And consider that. Let's take that into consideration. And if only. But still. Yeah. It's a message. Everyone has dreams, fears, and loved ones, priorities, and whatnot. If you dig deep enough, you'll realize that the gap between two and one isn't as big as you think. In fact, it's quite small. I think otherwise. Well, no, not otherwise, but it can be quite the opposite. You might realize you have such different opinions of things. You can open your eyes quite a bit. And that's why I love stories. It gives you another perspective. And in this shop, you get to hear all kinds of stories. See what I mean? Stories. Some people just blow it all out. Some people are drunk. So know that no matter how similar it seems at first glance, no two people are alike. It's fascinating. Isn't that the truth? You could be a powerful information broker with all that knowledge. No, not interested. Jill knows where it's at. I'd like to see myself more as a friendly ear rather than someone you need to be wary of. I guess there's still decent folks out there. I'm not decent? You are critically obsessed with dogs. I'll go check if there's any other dogs who want something. Sure. Go ahead. Quick beer! Okay. Oops. Here. Thanks now. Boom! Why did you break the glass? I made it breakfast! Break fast! Get it? Because you made the drink fast and I broke it and go. Of crowd. Yeah, you don't just make a mess just for laughs like that. No, please, no. At least make it a small mess at the very least. 7, you understand the hate for buns. Hey, bat render! Yeah? Your job is a funny name. Let's see. How is she already drunk? She drunk for less than she did just now. Yeah, she drank a bottle before coming here. Why? Actually, it's an example of her alcohol tolerance stuff. Rodenter! I want to make a toast to my good friend the robot here. Probably the only person, robot thing that can understand my yapping for more than half an hour. Without him, my job would be 5 times more boring and my life 2 times more meaningless. Cheers! You're not holding a drink. Then give me one bad render. You got your job? I need a beer, a big one. Right. Hey, I remembered it. Oh wait, it was a big one. Oops. Actually, I should have gotten her something sobering. Yeah, well. I said cheers. 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 Hey. Grumpy and sober. So drunk. Seems like she's been like this since her university years. It sound like you were there. You're ridiculous, though. You can understand liking the taste of alcohol, but what's so good about getting drunk? First of all, I'm not drunk. Too happy. I'm a happy person. I'm drunk. Anyway, it's something you just can't explain. Just like it, your body needs it, craves it. Let's call it being an alcoholic. I prefer the term alcohol enthusiast. Anyway, humans actively look for things that make them feel lightheaded. Why else would they want to leave poison and potentially poisonous food like that weird balloon fish thing? Why would they eat spicy food or drink fermented milk? Seriously, how crazy does someone need to be to say, hey, let's eat this and see what happens? Worse yet, we've even found medicine among all that junk. The one that invented penicillin was probably the worst of them all. Fair enough. See, that's proof you're drunk. If you were sober, you would just say, hell if I know. Silly robot. Now that I think about it, what kind of robot are you? Them always sound too feminine. Okay then, what manner of piece of scrap are you? You don't know? Never cared, but no one cares. You won't remember it tomorrow. I'm a DT01D. Social Development My Robot. Is that like the DFC-72s? No. DFC-72s are designed to be as physically human as possible in order to blend in with humans better. My line is more tailored for resilience. VR, work alone. I must you be cursed to only one destiny from whom you were born. You can do whatever you want, silly robot, follow your dreams. I know. What are you doing? Being created more hard for one duty only means you're more adept at certain things. Any robots reading shorts? It's the whole purpose of the ATM model. Yeah, but you say you're resilient, but you don't look the part. True, I never upgraded my muscles, but I can stand up to 200 degrees Celsius without breaking sweat. Limb can sweat. Cool ingredients, yeah. No matter, you're still special to me, no matter what kind of robot you are. No matter what piece of shit you are. Speaking of special, how come it isn't legal to marry a dog yet? Excuse me, what? If humans are allowed to marry robots, Lilim. You should be able to marry dogs too. I guess she's sober now. Bartender? Maybe not. That's me, I think. This guy here wants to bang a dog. Mock him! Excuse me? I do not. I was just saying that if humans are now allowed to marry them, why shouldn't they be allowed to marry animals? Because first of all, they're not humanoids. What about monkeys then? And now you want to bang a monkey? I do not. And second of all, dogs, just like many other animals, can't give you consent. Look at these dogs. Sure, they have the cognitive abilities of 7-year-olds, but they can talk, drink booze, and argue. So now you want to bang a 7-year-old? We have a regular here, would be delighted to hear that. Oh my goodness. Remember, Lilim human marriages are only sanctioned after the Lilim achieve full sentience. And even then, they use marriage as a way to evolve the collective source. Besides, dogs don't really love us that way. Trying to apply human ideas like marriage to a dog is like trying to feed vegetables to a carnivore, you get? Says the ex-vegetarian. Why are you always so smart when drunk? I'm not drunk! But anyways, if you want to screw a dog or a chimp, go ahead. Just don't bring marriages or infants into the whole deal. But if you even start thinking about doing the horizontal mambo with a 7-year-old, please ask some mental help. Seek some mental help. But I don't want to bang dogs, or monkeys, or 7-year-olds. Oh, thank God. Then why did you suddenly start talking about dog-human marriage? It's just, I was thinking about all these dogs in tuxedos, and I started picturing a dog in a bridal dress. I mean, just try and picture that. And I'm the drunk one. Wait, I'm not drunk. Why would I say that? Then again, when you get drunk, you only get dizzy. Do you have a limit? As in, a limit to how much you can drink before passing out? No, I just get disoriented to the point I'm effectively useless, but I never pass out. Maybe if I passed out, I wouldn't have to deal with all the shit that follows. I always have to wait at least 24 hours before the effects pass. I used to wonder why they gave all those human flaws to them. Something like that. It said that like anyone the same thing, since humans have about the same way humans do. So that's why they also bite their lips randomly when eating. Seems like it. It makes me wonder, exactly how anatomically correct are you? It's something I know and you don't. Any of you want anything else to drink? Yeah, I want one. Nothing, you're drunk enough as it is. You're not my dad. I can't tell you what I can or can't do. Beatrice Albert, stop drinking right now. Yes, Mom. Now go sleep in the car. You're almost done here. Mom. Go. Bye, bed nerder. Bye, Miss Betty. It actually worked. If I didn't know she would remove anything tomorrow, I'd be afraid of retaliation. Although, I'm curious. Why do you call her Miss Betty? It makes her sound like a teacher or something. I don't know. There's also something about her that makes it feel right to call her that. It's the forehead. I see. Well, I gotta get things ready. If you'll excuse me. Good night. Hey, Wyvern lover. Yeah, speaking of which, Monster Hunter. Soon. Hey, we're closing. Damn it! Well, everyone's safe in the cab. We are taking our leave, bartender. Thank you for providing such great service in such short notice. That's my job. You are interesting too? Thank you. I'll make sure to tell all our associates about the wonders of this place. Thank you. Please come again. Sure will. Send my regards to Miss Betty. Gladly. See you later. Bye. All done? Yep. Seems like we got some regulars. New regulars. Yeah, it'd be nice if they came back, or that we're still here when they want to come back. Excuse me? You've been acting weird all weekend, boss. Are you okay? I am. Or is it? What do you mean? Well, I guess you have to let you know. Uh-oh. Oh. Well, that's the prologue. I think I'm not drunk, okay? I'm not drinking. But anyway, I think that's the end of it. Good night. Read you later. Oh no, I won't read you. I'll read other books. More interesting books. So long.